Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brian Kelsey, one of Joe's first band members, played the drums in the funeral march when we were in high school in 1987. I'm Paula Whiteaker, Joe's wife. Brian and I have some things that we'd like to share with you.
Okay. All right. So I met Joe my sophomore year of high school. Prior to meeting Joe, a friend of mine gave me a vocabulary workbook that was Joe's from the year before, because Joe was a year older than us. I don't remember the exact details, but I had to turn in weekly lessons, and they were already done in the workbook, so it made it easy for me to cheat and turn it in. To avoid getting caught, I had to learn to write like Joe. And when I finally met Joe, I actually took a piece of paper and signed his name exactly like Joe did. And that kind of freaked him out a little bit. So I had to explain that to him. But after that, we became really good friends. And we became best friends because our musical interest was the same. And it kind of evolved together. Even though Joe was only about 6 months older than me, he was a grade ahead of me, and due to his birth date. After he graduated, Joe went to Illinois State, and before that, we always talked about having a band. Joe always knew he would be the singer. I wanted to play drums, and finally got a drum set and took some lessons. Unfortunately, Joe's parents decided they didn't want to pay for his school anymore, so he came back home. He started working at Rockford Products and met Scott and Carl, and they were looking for a singer for their band, and Joe jumped at the chance. It wasn't long after that that the band they were playing with, they weren't happy with the drummer, so Joe suggested they give me a chance. I joined them, and we played a few parties and things like that, but it wasn't working great with Carl either. It was summer, and our friend Ron was home, and he started to learn how to play bass. We decided we would replace Carl and start a new band. We started to practice Bela Lugosi's Dead, and our plan was to play it at a party at Ron's house. At that party, we put on the movie The Hunger, and after the movie, went into the basement and played about a 30-minute version of Bela Lugosi's Dead. I was about dead by the end of it. After that, the funeral march was born. After that summer, Ron went back to school, and we made the change. Scott switched to bass, and we ended up with Paul Duth playing guitar. We started playing covers of the Bauhaus, The Cure, Joy Division, and others. It wasn't long before Joe decided he didn't want to be a cover band anymore and we should write our own songs. We started writing and eventually recorded our own songs. The process was great, as Scott or I would start playing something and Paul would join in, and Joe would quickly flip through his notebook full of lyrics and find a song.
I'm the fault for the lyrics.
Yeah, they were mostly about Paula and how horrible she treated him. But I always told him not to stay with her, but he never listened. But through the years, the Funeral March has a lot of great members to play with. But I think Joe finally got it right with Jeff, Darius, and Joel, and the recordings that they did now. This is by far the best work Funeral March has ever done. And I think he's very proud of it, and I am too, to say I was associated with the Funeral March. All right. And now the Funeral March.
Thank you, guys. I have to say, I consider myself pretty fortunate to have landed this gig. Joe and I, for some strange reason, even though our friend circles, the Venn diagram's almost a perfect circle, we actually didn't meet until we started working together. And then, hi Rand, and then it was many, many years before we both kind of divulged to one another that we were bass players. So it took a very long time for me to get here, but I'm super, super glad that I got the chance. So we're gonna play the new EP, start to back for you. Obviously, we're gonna need a little bit of help. So we're gonna bring up some of our guest vocalists from our previous performers. I want everybody to give it up for William Faith, TATV GRAL, Melter, and Bellhead for coming all the way out here and rocking. So this first song is kind of special to me. It's the only song that Joe and I wrote together. And it was kind of magical how it all happened. Sometimes when you've got something. We kind of knew that we had something right away. This song came out of rehearsals while we were touring for our last EP, Persephone. And I just started noodling around with this bass line I'd been kicking around. And Joe was like, hey, keep going. So I just kept playing the riff over and over and over again. We put down like a simple kick snare pattern and carried on with rehearsal and got back together 2 weeks later, and we had fully programmed drums, we had a full bass line and a starting arrangement. Joe had lyrics written, and we were like, okay, well, we got to go take this to William, because this needs to land on the EP. And I'm super, super glad it did. So this first song is called Stars at Night. We're going to ask for some help from William Faith and from Melter Jax. Please give it up. Let's do this thing.
To the flame and burnt away. to the flame and looked away. Touch to the flame and looked away. Lost in a relay. As she's pressing smoke and slip away. Another decision. Stand firm or do you walk away? Stuck to the ceiling. As the stars all fade away. Can't shake this feeling. As the picture starts to fade.
Give it up for William and Jax. All right, so this next one is called Shadow Games, and it almost didn't make the record. Joe was really struggling with it, just kind of couldn't find his way into the song. And many thanks to William Faith for convincing him to kind of stick with it, because it's one of my favorite songs on the record. This is Shadow Games.
bitter taste. Silently you will take your place in this fatal game. Dark shadows on the moon, I watched as you fell from you. There's no returning, the seconds ticking, all hope is fading. Is this the ending? You stand alone, so far from home. These shadow games won't let you go. There's no returning, our senses fading. Is this the ending? We're vocal song. No matter which path that you take, it all ends the same. Fire reflects in your dark eyes, a moth drawn to the flame. Silently you will make your move in this fatal game. I watch you burn, I watch you burn in radiant decay. the moon. Your fate sealed at the end too soon. There's no returning. All hope is fading. Is this the ending? We stand alone, burning cold. These shadow games won't let you go. We stand alone. Our shadow obscures the moon. Our fate sealed at the end too soon. There's no returning. All hope is fading. Is this the ending? We stand alone. Stand alone. We stand alone. We stand alone. We stand alone. Won't let you go. Won't let you go. Won't let you go. Won't let you go.
Let's give a hand to Alan from Tattoo GRAL.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. All right. This next one we're going to need some extra help on, so I'm going to summon William Faith back to the stage. Fill in on bass 6. And my main man, Annu Naki, on the vocals. This is Bobblehead.
Shrouded in the twilight of this summer's perfect sin, the path that we had followed came to this bitter end. We stood there in the silence, knowing that we'd grow apart. The light it fell from your dark eyes and sadness filled my heart. So to ask if you could see, but did not find you there. You were gone without a trace, was more than I could bear. I felt a loss of piece of me, an errant satellite, a distant spirit mocking me upon this moonless night. Could you see it coming? Did you know that we would fall apart? What was the price for knowing? You see, the end is coming from the start. How did you keep from showing? Did the awful secret break your heart? The distance kept on growing. You knew that one
Thank you, Joe. Love you.
Thank you guys, appreciate it. Hey. Wow, man, we should have recorded a full length instead of an EP. This is going by way too fast. So I want to welcome to the stage my friends Karen and Ivan from Bellhead. On top of being fantastic entertainers, they're also fantastic friends.
Shh, don't you say that, man.
This EP probably would not have come out without your guys' help. So thank you. I appreciate it. Uh-oh.
How about now?
That'll do it. So this song's called Save Us, and Joe was often very leery of getting like overtly political with his lyrics. This time he threw that right out the fucking window. It's a very political song. There's no two bones about it. So I hope you dig it, and here we go. Nope, stop. Too far. Sorry. Technology's hard. How about this? Save us.
Can't trust the TV station. Talking heads divide the nation. Blood in the ratings war. No restraint on aspiration. From the depths of degradation. Pride goes before the fall. Fools suffer more. Let go of all inhibitions. Always ends in your submission. Slave underneath this throne. The world is on fire now. As we watch it burn, dance on up through the fire. Everyone will take their turn. Give it up for the band, guys. Let's hear you. Come on. Eliminate the opposition in the path of blind acquisition. More, gotta have it all. Left with the new decision. Can't deal with this division. Bombs, can't stop it now. The world is on fire now. as we watch it burn. Dance on the moonlight. Everyone will take their turn. The world is on fire now as we watch it burn. Dance on the moonlight. Everyone will take their turn.
Thank you, guys. So we got one song left. It's called It All Falls Apart. So funnily enough, even though it's the last track on the record, it was actually the first one recorded. That was in the can, way back in, May of 2023, I think? Very, very early on. Way back, in 2023. So, I made this decision when we were talking about who was going to sing what and why and when. I decided I was going to take a stab at it. But it became quickly apparent that there wasn't a chance in hell I was going to play it and sing it at the same time. So I've got a super special guest to come up and play bass for us. I love this kid. Please give it up for Abigail Whiteaker. Should I tell them about the bass? Yeah, okay. So this is the funeral march bass. Joe had wanted the Simon Gallup signature Ultra Spitfire from Schecter forever, and they're stupid expensive. So he found this place online that you could just send specs to, and they would make you a guitar to those specs. So he dug up the specs for the Ultra Spitfire and sent it off to these folks. Had some custom graphics made, which are pretty dope. And this thing showed up, and it's a pretty sweet bass. And then like 6 months later, he finds an Ultra Spitfire on super duper sale and buys it. But yeah, I love this instrument. I'm glad it's in good hands. Actually, so he found out later that they actually took that and put it as like one of their marquee guitars on the website. So clearly it's good. This is It All Falls Apart.
Shake you from this fantasy. The story always ends in tragedy. In the end, there's nothing left of me. Your love is like a house of cards. It all falls apart. Shadows, you pierce my heart with your arrows, watch me bleed. Should've heeded the warnings, could've ended the morning of my dreams. Could not shake you from this fantasy. The story always ends in tragedy. In the end, there's nothing left of me. Your love is like a house of cards. It all falls apart. I clung to the fables, hope that I turn the tables, night takes queen. Ride the waves of your madness, drift alone in the sadness, blood red sea. This dead on your halo, throw it in the volcano, find release. Could not shake you from this fantasy. Our story always ends in tragedy. Logic failed by your own fallacies. Your love is like a house of cards. It all falls apart. Give me a hand here. Oh. on guitar. Abigail Whiteaker on the bass. We are the Funeral March. Thank you. Joe, we love you, man. Thank you all so much.